Hey guys, it's Julia and welcome back to Juliart. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a miniature bookcase out of a medicine container. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So to get started, you're going to need a medicine container like this, and I'm just going to be taking one of these sections to use for this bookshelf. Now, if you wanted a clear bookshelf with doors, you could just take off the writing on the front with nail polish remover and you could just leave it like that. But for this, I'm going to be cutting off the doors, and so I got some pliers here, and I'm just going to go and cut off each one of these little doors. I'm going to be saving the doors for future projects, but you can throw them away if you want. Next, I'm getting some sandpaper so I can just sand down the rough edges. Then I'm getting some very thin wood and I'm going to be putting them on the side of the medicine container. Again, if you want a clear bookcase, you can just leave it the way it is and just put whatever you want on it, but I'm going to make mine covered in wood, and so that is why I'm getting this wood here. So I'm just going to cut two pieces for the sides of the bookcase, and I'm going to glue those on with some hot glue. Once both of the sides are done, I'm going to take some of the leftover wood to cut pieces for the top and bottom. Then I'm going to glue those on. Then I'm going to get some skewers. You can also use toothpicks if you want and just layer them. But I'm getting some skewers and I'm measuring them, and I'm actually getting some dog nail cutting scissors to cut these skewers. I find that cutting round dowel like things are easier with these kind of dog nail cutting whatever they are, scissors. And I just got this at the Dysel or the Dollar Tree, so it was fairly inexpensive. So then I'm going to glue these on the sides of the bookcase just to round over and smooth out the edges so that you can't see the glue underneath, and just to make it a little bit more finished looking. Then I'm just going to get some other dowel pieces and put them all along the shelves and the top and bottom of the bookcase. Now, if you want the shelves in your bookcase to be wooden, you could also cut little pieces like this to put on the shelves. I, however, wanted mine to be clear, so I skipped that part. Next, I'm getting some little thicker wood. If you have thinner wood that fits the backing of your bookcase, you could use that too, but this is the only wood I had, and so I'm going to use this, and I'm measuring it out and cutting it to the size of the back of the bookshelf. Then I'm going to sand that down before gluing it on the back of the bookcase. Now the bookcase part is complete. Now for some plants and some decorations for on the bookcase, I'm going to get some beads of my choice. Just make sure that the beads aren't too big because they're going to need to fit in the shelves. Then I'm getting some greenery fake plants, and I just cut off little pieces and stick them in the beads. Now, something I do as somebody with one hand, it's hard to hold the beads in place to glue, so I use a little bit of sticky tack to put the bead down in order to glue the pieces together. Then I'm just going to continue cutting the greenery and sticking them on the beads until I have enough plants for my liking. You can really change the style of your bookcase by using different colored beads, different greenery, and I think it's a really fun way to spice up a bookshelf. Now I'm getting one piece of greenery that's longer so I can have a draping plant in my bookcase, but you can skip this if you want. Now I'm going to be gluing in the draping plant at the top first. I like to use tweezers to be able to hold the pieces in place while they dry. Then I'm just going in and gluing in the rest of my plants. Then I'm getting some glue and I'm gluing down the draping plant so that it goes down along the side of the bookcase. Next, we're going to be making some books. Now you could cut out covers from online of books, but I'm just using some normal paper and I'm using an eraser. I like to use erasers for the book part, so I'm just cutting that down to size. Then I'm going to cut the paper so it's the cover of a book, and I'm going to wrap the cover around the eraser, gluing it as I go. Then I'm going to repeat that for the other book. Then I'm just going to glue them into the bookcase. Now I decided to add a little drawer or a little concealed area in the bottom of my bookcase, and so I took a little piece of spare eraser. I'd probably suggest using a piece of wood for this instead, but I got a piece of eraser that was left over and I'm gluing a piece of wood that fits inside the hole on top. Then I'm getting some of the dowel from before and sticking it on the front for a drawer pull. And that is the end of this bookshelf. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Like I said before, you can leave it clear if you want, or you can change out the beads to fit a different color scheme. But I really hope you enjoyed it. You can like it down below. You can also subscribe down below if you would like to. And I hope to see you guys again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!